In this tutorial, we're going to upload our own picture into Adobe Spark Post to start creating a graphic to be used in our Adobe Spark video for our book trailer production. So we're going to begin by clicking this plus button. And over here in the right-hand corner, we're going to start from scratch. Select graphic because we're going to start building our graphic. On the select a size page, go to the standard selection. Click on it, and you will notice they have a Spark video slide available. That is exactly what we need. So I'm going to click on it and then select next. I want to use my own picture, so I'm going to click upload. And I'm going to select the one with the pig with the wall in the background so I have lots of room for text. It has my picture here. Now I'm going to click next. My picture has been uploaded into Adobe Spark Post. On the right-hand side are several menus to use to edit this graphic. This add brand here in the upper right-hand corner is something we can pretty much ignore. It is used by businesses to create things like this Adobe Spark logo here in the corner. You don't really need that. There are a lot of options. You really need to limit what you're going to work with. In other words, it's going to take up a lot of time. You can select a variation to see what works best with your image. So you can click through those. I decided that I liked the original layout that first appeared. So I'm going to go up here to the undo button. Notice there's a redo button next to it if you need to use it. So we'll go back, and there it is. I like this one because it shows most of my picture. Now let's take a look at editing the text. It says here, double click to edit the text. So I double clicked it. And I'm going to type, will the brick wall stop the wolf? My font has been added to the text box. Let's look at the editing menu over here to see what all we can do. In the middle of this is the font family. You can choose lots of different styles of font. Just make sure it is easy to read because it will be played in a video. Okay, I have selected a font that I like. I can play with the alignment. I can do capitalize and fit. It capitalizes all of the letters. Sometimes that makes it harder to read, so be careful. I can play with the size, the letter spacing. Notice it's changing the size of my text box as well, and the line spacing. I can change the opacity of the text box color to make it totally disappear, which may make it harder to read, so be careful. You will notice that they have a primary and secondary text option. I'm going to encourage you to stick with primary. If you start adding a secondary text option, it will give you a lot of choices and will be very time consuming. You need to make sure you allow enough time to make a good quality project, not get caught up in all of the details that comes along with doing too much in the graphics. So we're going to stick with the primary. Now I want to change the color. That color does not pop. They have suggestion, and this will change the text box color and the font. So let's find one I like. We're going to go with green. I like that one. Notice it gives me the options to change the colors even more. I'm going to keep what I have, so I'm going to click save. And I can shuffle the colors. I like this one better because it really makes the box pop. Now that I've chosen my colors, I'm going to go to the menu on the right side and I'm going to click shape. In the shape category, I can play around with the size of the padding. That's how much space is between the text and the edge of the text box. I can change the backing shape. We have a lot of options for you to choose. Choose wisely. You want to make sure it looks good with your project. If you'd like to go back, you can click the undo button. There we go. We'll stick with this. There is also an option for text effects when creating your graphic. While these may be very neat options, be careful you don't spend too much time here. The last item on this menu is Style. Click on it. You will see a circle with a green dot. If you click on the green dot, you can drag it and it will show you various styles. You can continue going in a circle for many options. If you want to go back to your original one, you can click the undo button many times, sometimes. There we go. Okay, we've looked at how to edit the text box. Let's click off and you notice another editing menu appears. We can click on filters and this allows us to change our picture color. Sometimes when you choose the variations in the original format, it will recolor your picture. So if you want to go back to none, you can do that here. You can do a color fill. That gives you variations. Not quite what we're looking for here. I like my picture, so I'm going to click undo. As you can see, you can flip it. You can enlarge your picture, make it smaller, rotate your picture. And here you can replace the image. I'm back to our original screen by clicking off of it. On this screen, I can also move around the text box if it's not in the exact location that I wanted. I clicked on the text box and I can make it smaller and bigger. That takes us back to the editing the text box. I don't want that. I'm going to click off. There are two other options on this menu. That's layout. If you're using multiple images, you may select this and import another picture here. And resize is something else you don't really need. It's going to change the size of your original image. We don't want that. We want to keep it under Spark Video Slide. I now have my graphic the way I would like it. I need to save it so I can find it later. I'm going to call it the 3 Little Pigs. And then I'm going to go over here and click download. And I'm going to save it as a PNG, best for graphics, higher quality, and click start download. It'll now be saved in my downloads file. This concludes the tutorial on using Adobe Spark Post to create graphics for use in your video book trailer. I'd like to say one more time, focus on the required content first. Then take the time to play with the design of your project.